Spending money. Ben is building a new PC from scratch. His computer's total cost was $700. If he bought 2 sticks of RAM at $30 per stick, how much did the rest of the parts cost? So let's go ahead and highlight our numbers here. $700 was the total cost. He got 2 sticks. Let's get that in red. 2 sticks of RAM, and it is at $30 per stick. Now, as you've already heard for the millionth time, y equals mx plus b goes on the board here. And we want to figure out which number is going to take the place of this. So since we've done this a bunch of times, don't forget to pause and try and figure it out for yourself. Let's take a good look at this. His total cost is $700. So total cost is going to be, well, quite obvious. The wording gives it to us quite well. And then you have 2 sticks of RAM at $30 per stick. Now, as a hint, it doesn't actually matter whether it takes M or X. I'll give you that much, that it's going to be one or the other. But try to give yourself some time to figure out which one is it going to be. So you have $30 per stick. You got that key word there, per, telling us that this here is going to be a rate, or a unit rate. So this is going to ultimately take the place of M. Y is the total cost, so that takes that. And then now what we're left with is our red, our 2 sticks of RAM. That's our input, right? That's how much he got. So that's going to be our number of units. That's our X term. So what we're trying to figure out is how much did the rest of the parts cost? What was essentially the fixed cost, or how much was everything else before he started buying the RAM? That's what this question's asking. So now let's go ahead and rewrite with these numbers in mind. Remember, we do not know what B is yet. So 700 equals 30 times 2, our input, plus B, our unknown variable. So then what we have is we can just go along and just try and solve for B, which means that we want to figure out what these 2 terms are. Comes out to be 60. We want to do that first before we move it to the other side. It just makes life a little bit easier. Minus 60, minus 60. I'm going to write the answer here on the top right. And that's going to give us 640 equals B. That's actually, it's the end of this question. That solves it quite nicely. This is how much money that Ben spent before he got the sticks. This is how much the rest of his computer essentially cost if you don't count the money he spent on RAM.